Hey, do you ever have one of those days where like the light touching you is diabolical and you just want to be in the dark? I'm having one of those days. I'm having one of those moments right now and the light is on. And I just want to be here. I just want to be, But if I was just in the dark, you wouldn't be able to see me and hear all the wonderful things that I have to talk about. Which, is it controversial that I have things to talk about that need to be talked about, that need to be heard? I don't know. Also, is this overhead light just a little too much? Like, does it make me look too tired? Because I already have, I look much better from back here. Yeah? But I need to do the dishes, and the dishes are over here. So how do I? No, that's not going to work. Can I just use this one light? Actually, this is a little moody, a little vibey. I'm kind of liking it, but I also am just like, or do I? I feel kind of like I'm in a horror film. I don't even watch horror films. Okay, turn on an extra light that did absolutely nothing. Okay, we're just going to call that a day. Today, the superpower, because it's great, power comes great responsibility. I have decided on curly hair, and this is how my hair decided to be. It's okay. Like, it's here. It's doing things. I thought after I straightened it a couple times that it would be dead. And this is like, I do have a couple pieces that are just like, they're like, hey, we're straight now. But most of it is still alive and kicking. And I didn't do anything crazy. Normally I use like what is that thing called? Like a Deadman brush or a brush to style it. And I didn't do that. I took a shower and I combed it and I went to bed. And this is how we woke up. So, you know what? I've had worse. I've had better and I've had worse. You know what? I've had worse. We're not even going to say I've had better. Like, we're fine. We're fine. Moving on, we do have to do some dishes. And by have to, I mean we don't have to because we have a house husband. We have a house husband, caregiver. He takes care of everything now. We love that. Thank you. He should be editing this video right now. He's a house husband and an unpaid intern. I cannot talk today, and I would like to exclusively blame my tongue. Even though it is technically my fault, I bit all of the life and love that it had out of it. So it hurts like crazy. Actually, it doesn't hurt that bad. It hurt a whole lot more yesterday. Just, swallowing, eating, thinking, breathing, everything was just like tears to my eyes. I have a lump. I have a huge lump on my tongue from biting it a couple days ago. I thought my tongue was supposed to snap back a little bit more. Anyways, now I'm just like tripping over my tongue. So again, I'm about to do dishes, loud, noisy, a little annoying, and my tongue is just blah, blah, blah. And I said, hey, let's film. I also don't want to be in light, and we have to have light on so that you can see me. And I said, no, today's the day, and it's the perfect time. I don't know. I have questions about me and my choices too. Okay, let's continue. So the house hubby is out doing grocery shopping at the moment. We are so grateful that he can grocery shop. I used to send him those memes all the time of the husbands going to the grocery store and asking 5,000 questions and being gone for 5 hours for 2 things. And now I can't send them anymore. They no longer apply. Which I'm grateful for, but also like I kind of miss the memes just a little bit. But anyways, my husband has been taking care of a lot recently. He's been doing the editing, thank you. He's also been doing all the grocery shopping. He does all of the dishes. He does, what else do you do? Oh, he cleans, he cooks, and our toaster oven decided to die. Not even a little bit, like a whole lot of it. It was making grotesque noises. Talk about horror film. It was horror film kind of noises. So he had to call customer service and be like, hey, I think you gave me a defective product. What are we going to do about that, So he's just been doing everything. And I want him to know that even though I'm just like a little passenger princess, but of life, just kidding. No, I do things. We won't list all of the things that I do. Anyway, I want him to know that I can still soap up a sponge. So I'm going to do the dishes for him. He normally is like right on it with the dishes. Like you make a dish and he's got it cleaned before you're done eating out of it. He's that kind of guy. So the fact that there's any dishes here is kind of like, hey, Something going on? Are you okay? Do you have the flu? You didn't tell me? Anyways, so I thought I'd go ahead and lend a hand to these dirty dishes. Speaking of me not doing anything, I feel like I haven't been doing anything. Like for the last week, maybe, I really have not been. I haven't been doing any filming, any editing, any of that stuff. We are catching up on the things that I've already filmed and trying to just get into the groove of the hubby who being the new intern and trying to learn how to edit and, you know, do the things that he's helping me do. So I'm not like gonna take away his work when he's trying to learn the stuff, you know, even though I kind of want to. Let's be honest, because I'm like, what am I doing? Just twiddling my thumbs. And I could be filming more. In fact, I cannot tell you the amount of relief. Like I could just fall to the floor now, like relief that I had when he said that he was gonna help me and do some of my editing and blah, 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 take some stuff off of my plate. Amazing, fantastic. We love a man who sees a problem and can be like, let's rise to the challenge. Do you want me to help you in helping you succeed? Do you want me to take things off your plate? Do you want less things on your plate? Just in general, less responsibilities. And I'm very glad that I have a husband like such. And almost immediately, I felt like a completely different person. I had been feeling like kind of stressed out and overwhelmed. I'm pretty sure you know because I told you. So with the filming and the editing, I had gotten really backed up on my editing. And as you know, like I can't just continue filming forever, which I know that because I tried to. I was like, you know what, if I just film something new, then I'll edit something new. Like I'll be like, yeah, I can edit this. But I was just having a hard time editing. But then I ran out of storage because you can't film forever. And I still wasn't keeping up with editing at all. And I still wasn't keeping up with posting. I also, in case you forgot, I forget absolutely everything. So I would film something and forget about it. So I'd be like, oh, I have nothing to post, and then film something new, and then not edit it and be like, oh, I have nothing to post, and then film something new. And then I'd go back to be like, oh, I need to edit this, but I no longer remember the assignment. Like when I filmed it, I was like, this is how I'm gonna film it, this is how I'm gonna edit it, this is how it's gonna go out, this is the vibe, this is how we wanna come across, all the things. This clip goes with this clip, you know, this is all the same day. I have no recollection. I don't remember. So that's kind of a big problem. What else? Anyways, so I just kind of like put myself in a mess there. And so my husband was like, here, let me help you untangle. And that was just like, yes. And then I felt freed up. I felt freed up to just go ahead and film more and be like, look, if you're going to take the editing, I can just, you know, and just edit and then just give you stuff and then we'll just be pumping out videos. And it's been a couple weeks and that has not happened. And I can say I'm disappointed, but also like not at all. So what in the tarnation of conflicting thoughts? Like, oh, I don't care at all. In fact, I like it like this, to, oh no, what have I done? What would I like? Thank you. What a great question to ask me as my newfound therapist. I would like to film a lot more and not have to edit as much. I don't mind editing some. Not that I don't mind. I want to edit some because there are days where I'm in the bed for many hours and I'm just like, I can't do much but lift my one little hand. And with that hand, I can be editing videos and feeling like I'm doing something. I'm being productive even though because even though I feel like I can't get out of bed and I'm exhausted and all these things, I still I desire deep in the pit of my heart and soul to be a person and to contribute to my life, to my husband's life, to our family, to the world. I don't know, to contribute to something. I want to be productive. I want to do things. You know, society says being productive and being successful is important. Well, I want to be productive and successful because society put it there in my head. But I do want to define my own limits of what productive means for me so that I'm not being productive, but in reality, I am just setting myself up for failure of life because I'm putting too much on myself. Or even like with the editing that I was just talking about, like I'd have clips from other days and then I'd not be able to remember. It's like that's kind of a limitation that I have. Maybe it's just right now, maybe it's forever, but honey, this brain, she's not working like she used to. That's okay. We have space and grace for that. But then we actually have to have space and grace for that, which means I can't keep being like, you need to work. you need to live up to this task because it's not my brain's fault, you know? Okay, I just put away all of the dry dishes in the little drying spot so that I can put the dishes there, which is funny because I started washing dishes and then was like, oh, I have nowhere to put them. So now they're just sitting in a pile on the counter. And then I had to, so really, really we see why I'm not the one that does this, because that just wasn't a smooth conga line that it could have been, you know? Anyways, back to what we were talking about. So am I complaining about a problem that I am giving myself / isn't really there? Maybe, because I feel like the problem was that I just had too many things on my plate for what I can digest right now these days in this body and this brain. And with the limits of time, we all have 24 hours, the sun comes up, the sun goes down, you know what I'm saying? And with the limit of the storage on my phone, which unfortunately, even though it's 2025, is not unlimited. It's not unlimited storage. But isn't it so much better than like when I got my first phone? Could you imagine? I always wanted to be a little YouTuber and I never could because, well, one, I had things holding me back. I had thoughts and opinions and was like, it's not for me, for sure. As you can see, I've gotten over those. It took me like what? Trace decades? 3 decades, but we're here now. But also, when I was younger, I would have had to have like a nice expensive camera and all that stuff, and I wasn't in a place where that was going to be a thing, you know? And even though I did have a phone when I was like a teenager, early 20s, phones weren't like that back then. In my day, honey, phones only had about 4 gigabytes. 4 gigabytes of storage. And that camera on those phones, they were just blurry messes, you know? Abstract paintings, not real things. So I wasn't going to be getting any views and followings from that phone quality. Anyways, so now I'm a YouTuber. But not really. Can we talk about how I feel like I'm not a YouTuber? I wanted to make a whole video on it, but this is the video. I have been posting videos on YouTube for nearly a decade. Just kidding. Nearly a year. And I think after doing a year of something, you're kind of like, okay, yes, I am that thing. I can be like, I'm a painter. I've been painting little paintings for a year. If you worked for a company for a year, would you not be like, yeah, I'm a bank teller? Yeah. I've been there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday mornings for all 52 weeks of the year. Also, is it 52 or 56? I never remember. Also, how many letters are in the alphabet? I also can't remember that. Anyways, I would call myself a bank teller after like 1 week, and and I think that would be completely valid. Putting up with people's mess, counting their monies. Here you go, 2 + 2 is 4. That didn't make any sense, but it made sense to me. If I come up during business hours, if I know where the break room is and I've eaten it at least more than 2 times, I work there. My check's coming in the mail, okay? I am an employee. So have I been doing this for, what, almost a year? And look at how many videos I have. I don't know off the top of my head, but that's how many. This number here is how many videos are up on my channel. And I am still like, nah, I don't think so. I wouldn't dare call myself a YouTuber. And for sure, my check is not in the mail. What, break room? Yeah, but that's like the whole discussion. So I've been doing this for a hot minute. I have plenty of videos. I have a decent amount of videos that are posted. Remember, there are videos that I've made that never saw the light of day, you know? And in case you don't remember from 5 minutes ago, like I wouldn't remember, but I just happen to, is that I have a whole backlog of videos. So even though I'm filming this now, you're seeing it now, but at the moment of me filming this, there's only so many videos up, and it's because they're not edited and posted yet. They're just sitting, taking up all of my phone storage. I no longer have half of my apps downloaded on my phone, you know? It's a problem. It's a problem. For me, not you. So you don't have to worry. No stress, no worries. But I feel like I still don't know what I want. I don't feel comfortable yet, you know? And like, comfortable in many different ways. Like, there's people on the internet who are searching, clicking, because they want to be offended. They want to give their voice about something. They want to say, honey, that's not right. You should be doing this with your life. I've known you for 15 seconds in 2D, 2-dimensional form, and I know you are not living life like that, you know? And that's okay. I mean, I have those days too. I would never own up to it though. And you know, so this is unofficial. LOL, JK. So I do want to be respectful, polite, mannerly. And I personally am not wanting to be super like dramatic. I mean, dramatic as a personality, sure, yeah, maybe. As dramatic as my hair can be some days. Yeah, but like dramatic as in like problematic, dramatic, traumatic. You know what I mean? Like I'm not out here going and saying a lot of like hardcore statements that bring the masses to rally against the forces and war in the comments, war against me. That's not me. And even though, yes, I feel like I do have a stronger personality, I feel like I have a strong mind. I'm strong-minded. I mean, she's a little faulty, but she's running. She's got some things and stuff set in its place, gears that aren't gonna move. You know what I mean? Like I have thoughts and opinions, and I like to think things through, and I like to work on my thinking ability, even though I feel like I've lost it. Most days I still want to try to work on it, get it back, get it better. But overall, like I'm not here to make a fuss. I'm not here to make a fuss. I'm not here to make a fuss amongst my contemporaries, amongst my associates. Like I'm sitting at the dinner table with family, friends. I'm the one who's gonna be like saying a silly little joke to be like, guys, let's all just get along. Like, does any of it really matter? Does any of it, like in 15 years from now, are we gonna be like, man, I don't know. And then, like, is it worth it? I don't know. For me, no. It could be for some people, it could be worth it. And for some people, it could be something they remember in 15 years. That's fine. But it's not, I don't care. I don't care enough. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I care for me, and that's my responsibility. I care what I think and what I do and where my morals and standards are and what I am and am not comfortable with and what I do and do not think is right and wrong or whatever. But as far as you and yours, that's you and yourn. You and yourn responsibility. That's your responsibility over there. Over there. I love to hear about it because I love a little juicy goss. I love to go back and forth. I love a little chit chat. You know, I can run my mouth for hours, and I do on a regular basis with you. And I have my friends call me up, and we're talking about anything and everything for hours and days. And we might get into a debate or discussion, but not like for the fun of the debate, for the fun of the back and forth, for the fun of the scholar and the sides and the opinions and the states and the facts. But like in the end, it really doesn't matter because it doesn't. Like, we're friends, we're hanging out. You want to go get Mexican food? Cool. You want to watch a movie? Great. Want to go bowling? Absolutely not. But I will because you're my friend and you said you wanted to. So I will go and I will watch. And if you want me to play, then fine. I will play and I will come in with gumption. I will try to win. I will try to knock down every single pin in that bowling alley way. Bowling alley aisle? In the line of pins? Anyways, point of the story is I'm not here to cause divisions between everybody on the internet or to offend so that I can get views. And if you and yourn want to do that, or you like the YouTubers that do, girl, fantastic, wonderful for you, happy for you. But overall, other than not wanting to be super problematic, dramatic, I feel like, what am I doing here? You know? And that's not like me. And I want to cry at that sentence of the like, it's not like me, because I haven't been saying it a lot, but it's like been trying to get out from inside of me, you know? Like I even got it hushed inside my busy brain, but it's still there trying to push its way through to be like, honey, just own up. Own up to feeling lost in the world. And not only lost in the world, but lost in yourself. Which could be why you feel lost in the world, you know, like one, duh. But I am someone who just likes to go in with a plan of action. I like to know what's happening. I like to make a plan, think it through, remember the thinking ability. I like to figure out how to think and how to continually practice thinking, you know. If I practice it enough, maybe I'll get better at it, you know. That's the hope and the dream, really, the ultimate dream. But I like to know what's going on, and I like to make up my mind, make a decision, make a plan, and go after it. And I feel like if you don't have like a plan, a decision, a thing, then you're just gonna be like, you know what I mean? You don't get in a car and just start driving and be like, why aren't I there yet? But you don't have it there to go to? You know, like I've been driving for an hour, I should be there. Well, where's this hypothetical there you speak of? You know, or even if you're like, well, I want to go get groceries. Well, like you have to pick a store to get in the car and drive to, you know? And especially if you're taking on a new endeavor in a new area, like me, like, oh, I'm going to become a YouTuber for the first time in my life, then you want to get out the GPS, do like this much of planning, you know, so that you don't end up in the back roads of nowhere, you know? So the fact that I'm a year-ish in and have pivoted so many times, but still don't feel like this is it and this is where we're going, I feel a little like, meh. And like, there's lots of people who have YouTube channels and make content, and it's just whatever. Like trendy stuff, it could be, you know, skits, it could be things about their life, like vlogging. It could be people who are helpful, who are trying to make your life better, thank goodness. Those people exist because I watch them and I need them. I need those people telling me what to do and when to do on the internet when I'm like, wait a minute, what? Honestly, I feel like that's how I learned how to paint, and you can look at my paintings and be like, girl, you didn't learn nothing. But that's not their fault. They taught well, they taught goodly, and I'm just, you know, I have a bad shoulder. I have a bad shoulder and I don't have as steady as a hand as I'd like to, and that's what we're gonna blame it on. So, and the fact that I don't have a brain and I forget something while I'm doing it. So I could be like, I'm painting a flower, and halfway through it becomes a puppy dog because I was like, I don't remember what I set out for in the beginning, you know? I should have drawn it or something first, IDK. But like, what am I here for? Like, I don't feel like the teacher vibe is necessarily for me. I've done some light teaching in my life. I've been like an off-brand teacher. That's what I would say. Like, I'm the teacher you get from Walmart. I've done a little bit of schooling classes, whatever, on public speaking and teaching, and you would never be able to tell by my YouTube videos. So I feel like that's out. Also, I don't have the gumption, the audacity that other people have to tell people how to live their life and give advice. And I'm, again, so glad that those people exist. But when I do it, it's ostentatious. It's auspicious. I don't think either of those are words. They probably are. I don't know what they mean though. I feel like it's aggressive when I'm like, hey, let me teach you something. Also, with what brain? With what brain am I like, hey, you need to hear the things in my brain? It's a thinker. It's a thinker, and it will help you live your life better. And that's the thing too. Like, who am I to say to someone that they're not living their life well enough? You know what I mean? So I guess it would be one thing if I was like, here, let me teach you how to paint. Because like, you're coming here to go, I want to paint something specific. I want to hone my skills. I want to practice, practice, practice. So teach me something, teacher. I think that's one thing. But here's the thing. You also eventually outgrow your teachers. And I don't want y'all to outgrow me. I want you here for the long haul. If I'm going to be here for the long haul, I want you to be here for the long haul, okay? But on another point, I'd like to give some conflicting information. Maybe I should be a teacher. I should, because I have lived a life. I have lived a life and I have some experience. As we all have some experience and live lives, but when you speak on things and talk about your life and experience and awareness. Okay, pause. Pause, pause, pause. I think we're done with the dishes, and I'd love to show you what I've done, but it will mean showing you what I have not done. Because there was a sink full of dishes and I did like some of them. I have the inability to finish something. Like, it doesn't matter if this amount of dishes that I did was in the sink, I would still have done less of that. Like, I just can't bring something to its completion. I don't like things to end. That's what I like to tell myself. Okay, so don't judge me. I'm going to show you my dishes so that we can all be like, oh, look at you, you accomplished something. Thank you. Thank you. And most importantly, you, babe. My editor and the love of my life. I did the dishes and I did them for you, and I still left you some. Because sharing is caring. So, you know. I love you. Okay, here's all of the dishes that I've done. Here's a quick look at the dishes that need to be done. Just a quick like boop boop. Okay, so that's that. Now let's take our little light and go in the bedroom because, oh, look at that. That gave me a lot of chin things. It's kind of messy in here. So how do I set this up so that you don't see how messy it is? Great question. Give me a second. Please hold. Oh no. Honey, love of my life, I'm filming and you're over here texting me and I didn't know. Okay, you're asking me how many broths I want. More. A lot. You said one? Is one enough? Of chicken broth? It's never. How much soup do you think I'm, like a tablespoon? No, one chicken broth is not enough. I'm pretty sure I said in my text to get plenty, to get like several. Oh my goodness, I'm wrong. I hate when that happens. I thought that I had asked for several chicken broths and apparently I didn't. But I did say to get one from every place you're going. So I feel like maybe that counts. No, I think I'm still wrong. Anyways, okay. I set up a little area here and I'm gonna go get the laundry and I'm gonna fold laundry. Look at me. I am just winning at wifedom today. Wifehood. The wifey lifey. Yeah. Look at that. All right, we're fluffing up the pillows here, getting comfy because we still have things to talk about. Also, I hope this laundry isn't too overwhelming for you. I feel like it's aggressive, like it's all in your face. And I'm sorry. I will try to deal with that and fix that. Okay, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah. Who am I? So anyways, I don't know if that counts as like imposter syndrome. Like, does that make me cool? I'm imposter syndrome. I feel like if you have imposter syndrome, you're probably really cool. I don't think that I am. One, oh wait, no, that's right. I was talking about my conflicting thoughts about being like a teacher, giving of something. One, you outgrow the teachers, and then two, I love the teachering when it's done to me, but when I give it back, I'm like, oh no, I'm annoying. How dare I? What do I know? What do I know? I don't want to assume that you don't know what I'm saying. Then that's kind of like, it's rude. It's rude. I feel rude, assuming, disrespectful. All the things that I don't really want to feel, obviously, nor do I want someone else to feel that I am being rude, annoying, or disrespectful to them. But on the other hand, as I was saying, I do feel like what I know now could be so greatly beneficial to younger me. Younger me would have ate this up. They would have been like, give me more, give me more. I got pen, notes, paper, go, 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 go. You know? And I feel kind of, I'm gonna use the word selfish. It doesn't feel exactly selfish, but it kind of feels like I know things. I have felt things. I have worked on things. So I know what it's like to go down to the depths of despair, to feel like you were literally dying, and then dying, and then for a doctor to come and be like, no, yeah, you are. Confirmed. Fears confirmed. Reality confirmed. Life almost denied. You know, and like how crazy of an experience that is, just mentally, also emotionally, and also physically. Like, ow. Ow, me almost dying that was painful. That was painful, and it continued to be painful for like 2 years. I like how I said to 2 years, like I'm not still in pain today. So for many years, before and after. No, the actual almost dying part, truly painful. I have been to therapy. I have had people come up to me and tell me they like, hey, we think you're mentally ill. I've had people follow me around in life and be like, you're mentally ill. We know it. And then I went to therapy to confirm that I am not that mentally ill, okay? It's not me, it's you. Not you, obviously, but you, the people around me that are like, hey, you're crazy pants. Which, whoa, whole different discussion, but maybe the same discussion, maybe it's connected, is when I remember first going to therapy and feeling like a legit full-on crazy person. And I just kept saying to my therapist that I feel crazy, like I'm a crazy person, you know? And I just want, don't cry, I just want to be normal. I just want to feel normal. I just want to be normal. I want other people to think that I am normal. And yes, okay, my therapist, great therapist, said the right things of what I need to hear, but not what I want to hear. And what I need to hear is that there's no such thing as normal. And I know that. I knew that then. I know that all until now. I know it right here, right now, talking to you. And funny enough, you probably know it too, that there is no such thing as normal. Everyone's got something going on inside their head that's a little off maybe, and everyone has problems and everyone has issues. Everyone has a different definition of what normal is normal, because it's like all subjective perspective, and there really isn't. Hang on, girl. But the issue at hand is that I'm like way off in left field, you know? Like, even though I'm like, yeah, everybody is like over here living life, they're not like normal, but I bet people aren't bent over in pain for 6 hours a day where everyone else in the room is going, you look like you're in labor. You need to go to the hospital. I go to the hospital and everyone in the hospital is like, what are you doing here? Your blood work came back fine. We don't care that you're bent over in pain. We don't care that some of your levels are just a little off or that you probably need further testing. Like, you don't belong here. We'll tell you that. And then the people that I hang out with are like, you need to get that checked. You need to get that fixed. The judgment, because it's so abnormal. I don't think most 30-year-olds with just a slight bit of great hair, yeah, a lot of great hair and a little bit of gray hair, have already done like a decade's worth of therapy or have like 3 decades worth of journals. Oh, please hold, the hubby who is texting yet again. Can I just say that one of my biggest icks in life is people who answer text on their humongous iPad. And I'm not kidding. Oh, they only had 2 of the chicken broths. They had other broths, I guess. I'm gonna say get some other varieties of broths, soup broths, at the other stores that you go to, please. If not inconvenient. Oh, you've sent me another text in that amount of time. Oh, whoa, honey, please slow down. Oh, rice noodles. Okay, this one's organic rice noodles and this one is stir fry rice noodles. I guess which one you prefer. IDK, just get them both. Get 2 of the one on the right. He sent a picture. Now he's trying to make an extra trip to another grocery store. No. The ones you have been to are already good. Don't get on them detours unnecessarily. Okay, speaking of detours, since I'm on here, I just remembered that I had to text from this morning that somebody was having a baby. They were going into labor, and that was like 7 in the morning. Let's see how it's doing. Let's just text them like we love and care about them and that we didn't forget about them the moment that our eyes left the screen because of object permanence, not because we don't love and care. It's just the feelings are there. The brain just isn't. Hey, how's it going? I don't know. What do you ask someone? Like, hey, that baby here yet? That seems a little too, like, right on the money. How's it going? And then what if I just text a picture of baby and then a question mark? Is that too much? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay, that's enough texting. Back to what we were saying. The point is that, like, I've lived through some stuff that other people are about to go through or are currently going through, and it can be nice to hear advice from someone who's been there, done that. And then they can take it or leave it. They can go do with the advice and go, do I want to do that? Does that apply to me and mine? To me and my household? To my situation? I don't know. I'm just out here saying words. I'm just out here telling how it be for me, you know, but that's part of the issue is like advice, like turns into, let me tell you what you should do in your life and how you should live it so much better. And then these problems will be so insignificant, you'll laugh in their face. Ha 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 ha. But even if you told me everything that had been going on, the facts, the timestamps, receipts, everything. And you told me your emotions behind it, everyone who was involved. I still don't have the information necessary to give advice because I can never truly know. I can never truly understand what it's like to be you, your situation, what's going on. You know what I mean? And vice versa for people who want to talk to me and mine.